Good afternoon, and welcome to the Protective Emergency Services meeting for March 25th. I'm going to call our meeting to order. Are there any declarations of conflict? Can I have someone prove our agenda? Okay, Councillor Ramsey and Councillor Duran, you're online. Will you second that?
Sure, yep.
Yeah.
Going back to the agenda, since we have our two gentlemen here, should we not move them to first and then they don't have to wait through the, or they mind sitting through the whole thing? It's up to you, you know. You're okay, the way it sits?
We're fine either way.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
I think it will be fairly efficient. So approval of our previous draft minutes from March 6th. Do I have someone to move those? Seconded by
Moved,
Councillor
yeah.
Duran. Thank you.
Yeah.
Any business arising from those minutes?
Good.
Okay, we get to move right into discussion reports. The first report will be from Deputy Fire Chief Kent Mitchell on the operational report.
Thank you, Chair. This report will provide operational response information and fire prevention activities. It's inclusive February 1st to the 28th, 2025. During that time period, had general inspections of 21, 42 inspections with hazard compliance orders issued, 7 inspections were closed, 11 plan reviews were performed, 2 fire investigations, and 16 different education sessions. Total emergency response numbers totaled 91, of which 14 were Station 1, 43 were Engine 1, and 31 were Station 2, and 3 fire inspector callouts. Training consisted of regular Monday evening training, which include medical first responder training, CPR training, firefighter tactical training, live fire training, and vehicle extrication training. Our Blue Card Incident Command training continues with the practical portion actually starting this week, March 26th. Other upcoming training includes fire investigation, thermal imaging, hazmat awareness. On a sad note, with great sadness, on February 21st, 2025, saw the sudden passing of retired Fire Chief Bill Hogan, brother of Acting District Deputy Chief Ben Hogan. Chief Hogan dedicated 35 years of service, 14 as chief to the Charlottetown Fire Department and the City of Charlottetown, leading with integrity, dedication, and a deep commitment to the safety of our community. Throughout his career, Chief Hogan made a lasting impact on the department, mentoring firefighters, improving emergency response, and strengthening public safety initiatives. He will be remembered not only for his leadership, but also his kindness, wisdom, and unwavering dedication. We extend our deepest condolences to Chief Hogan's wife, Joanne, and family, brother Ben, friends, and all who have had the privilege of working alongside Bill. For needing support during this time, for anyone needing support during this time, a reminder of the city's EAP program, and for CFD members, there's also our mental health team and chaplain Paula Hamilton available to help. The department would also like to thank and congratulate all firefighters who received service awards at the annual Firefighters Ball. Thank you to Mayor Philip Brown, Protective and Emergency Services Chair Julie McCabe, Councillors Kevin Ramsey and John McAleer, and CAO Sue Fraser for participating as Master of Ceremony, and as well as all firefighters and guests. That concludes my report. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Deputy Chief. Are there any questions? Councillor Ramsey?
Just a little error there, Ramsey, R-A-M-S-A-Y. Not a problem, not a problem.
Fall. Councillor Duran, do you have any questions?
No, none at all, thank you.
Okay, wonderful. So the next report is from, are you doing the report, Todd? So, no, we might have to defer this.
It is your report.
Oh, it is.
You could speak to it.
It was prepared by Todd. Okay, it's the development encroachment. And we'll just give him a second here.
What would you like to know? This is the report from Bylaw.
It's to enter into the development and encroachment agreement with one of the business lists listed.
Okay, yes, we are looking to a resolution for council to approve patio spaces for patios for the upcoming year and enter into an encroachment agreement with the city and the province at 43 Queen Street, looking for 2 spaces.
Todd, I know we've been discussing this patio bylaw because it crosses into so many different departments, whether it's planning or police and there's been discussion around putting this in somewhere. Like, instead of having to come through all these committees to look at that. Are we anywhere, are you familiar if we've had any, like, I don't see anyone from staff here that might be able to help us.
I understand that the street vendors bylaw, which the patios fall under, is being revamped, and at some point, it is going to be directed to planning and development for their enforcement and resignation and to look after it from now on.
Is this something that we would be open to, like, deferring till we kind of figure out, is that happening soon? Does this have to happen now?
I have no timeline on when that's going to happen. So the application that was received here was for a patio for this season.
Okay.
And in order to make that application, we have to do a resolution to city council to be approved.
Okay.
The previous street vendors bylaws were, during COVID, they split, and there was another COVID patio street bylaw that was created for COVID, but that ended last year or 2 years ago, so they were looking to merge the two through the city's lawyer firm. And since then, I've heard that it has gone back to be revamped through the city, through one of their committees.
Well, and I mean, I guess we can move this on to council, but I think this warrants a further discussion as far as getting this kind of tidied up so that it's a little clearer for people. Councillor Ramsey, do you have a question?
So sorry.
No, go ahead.
So under the new merger of the two street vendors bylaws, we had asked for 46 parking spaces to be allocated for patios. And up until last year, we were up to 44. So these last two would make 46 and we would be capped out.
Yeah, that was my question. We're at the top right now if we allow these last 2 to go in there. And you're looking for approval because they want to do it this year, correct?
This year, yeah. And
So we can't really push it back too much further because these people got to get organized, correct?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, we can push it on the council and see what they approve. But we should
I'll move it. I mean,
You're going to move that, Councillor?
sorry to interrupt you, Kevin.
No, it's no problem. But we should sort of mention too, Bob and Julie, that when it does happen, when the resolution comes through, that we're at our max right now.
That should be,
So it's out there in the public, so then Joe Blow can't come down next time and say, if that's okay. Thank you.
did you say you wanted to move this on, Councillor Duran?
Sure, I'll put the motion there to move it, and
Okay, seconded. Do you have-
anything Constable Sutcliffe, comes up with, I think it's a great idea. But thank you and appreciate it.
Thank you. So it sounds like that's a 2-0 vote to move this on to council for consideration. Thank you. This one should take a little bit more discussion. It's the taxi bylaw review. And Mark King and Constable Todd Sutcliffe are here to discuss the possibility of the repeal of the existing taxi bylaw that we have for the city.
First of all, does anybody have any questions on what our thoughts are about repealing the bylaw? I know I spoke to various people in the city about, we've done some research on this, and we just want to get people's thoughts on repealing it at this point before maybe it goes to the next step.
Well, I think in your report, it clearly indicates that this bylaw is, it's really outdated to our modern world today around what we're able to actually monitor and supervise in what's in there. And the fact that the transportation industry is progressing in ways that are going to be different from when this bylaw was originally created. The report's pretty thorough around why. I know that we've had discussion at previous meetings, and we knew this was going to be coming forward. Personally, for me, I fully support that, that we move this on, and we recognize that this is no longer a current bylaw, and we probably shouldn't have it. You guys know best if it's not something.
Well, the current bylaw has been outdated since the 80s. Requires old technology, parking spaces, locations. With the advancement of the internet and apps, it's become even more and more outdated. And a lot of the companies are moving to app-based applications to get a fare. So it needs to be updated either way. I guess the question is whether we want to continue on with having a taxi bylaw, or we want to look at repealing it and not having one.
And I do know we had a lot of discussion about repealing this and looking and focusing more on accessible transportation and different things that we might be able to look at more closely. Councillor Ramsey, you have a question?
Yeah, and it's just, because we might get a little bit of pushback from the public saying, is Big Brother still going to be looking after things, you know, and is it going to be safe and things along that line? Are they going to be able to charge what they want? But as you said, they shouldn't if they go to the app way, because their price is already going to be in there. And if, who's going to be looking after, make sure they're, like, they're still being registered and insured and all that? Like, those are just things that, like, the public might be asking these questions on, and so we should almost have an answer to them saying, you know, it's not going to change a whole lot. I don't know, I just asking.
In today's society, I mean, any company that hires anybody does a record check, so they would be forced to have their criminal record check of their employees on hand.
Just as every other business does, you know.
Yeah.
Right, you know, no, that's fair, absolutely, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Councillor Drown, do you have any questions?
No,
Thoughts?
I think the report is self-explanatory. I mean, it's a good in-depth report, and this is a recommendation of, you know, trained professionals. So I'd certainly move it on to council for any discussion that's needed. Like I said, the city is evolving, and this is an outdated bylaw, and you know, we're the only one in the province. So I think it's time to move it on. Thank you.
Okay, so you're going to put that motion on the floor to move this forward?
Sure,
Repeal
definitely.
the taxi bylaw, seconded by Councillor Ramsey. The vote's in. That's 2-0 to move it on to appeal the bylaw before the new taxi season. 15 minutes. Is there any introduction of new business? Is there anything we need to be looking at? I do want to make a note that during our budget discussion last night, I don't want my Charlottetown's finest to think that we're not advocating hard. We are going to advocate hard for those 3 positions. I completely misunderstood. And I'm glad to see that we're taking care of the fire platoon, but we're going to figure out how to get that complement up a little bit more for our police services too. So seeing that, I'm going to ask for the motion to adjourn. I'll move it. Second it. Good day. Thank you.